meeting at 6.
Oh, Tammy, what, remote?
Tammy, I don't know, is she getting there? I don't know if she is or not. You ready? Okay, we're beginning the Board of Health special meeting, Thursday, September 19th, 2024, 4:30 PM. This is also a remote participation Zoom meeting. It is a public meeting being recorded for cable broadcast also. I'd like to call to order the meeting. I said it's 4:31 right now, and we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll discuss old business first, review, discuss, act, approve edits to health agent checklist, food identification, allergy items. We are going to add, do you have the form in front of you? Okay, basically, we are crossing off the temporary notification at the top. And also person in charge, we're going to add, we'd like to add SureSafe manager number and allergen awareness number.
Already there, Bob.
We had added that right on, right here,
Oh, okay, you're adding that.
right there. Yeah, we're gonna add it right there. So that's why I mentioned that, about adding that.
Okay.
And this is basically just a checklist when, a very important checklist, when we do food establishment inspections. And I would like to note that because Miss Tammy Mello is not with us today, I believe Utah. She's in Utah, I got an early plane back, so she couldn't make the Zoom either. And I will be stepping down to vote. So we'd have a majority vote on these things.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just mention it at the beginning so I don't have to do it every single time. Any questions on this?
No.
It's basically straightforward. We didn't make any major adjustments. It's been the form that we've been
The
using.
health inspectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I have a motion to have a motion?
Motion.
A motion
Motion
to,
to approve?
yep,
Motion to approve.
okay, I second that. We've had a little discussion. Could I have a vote, please?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. To approve edits to health agent checklist. Old business 3B, installers license test questions approval. Could I have a motion to talk about it?
Motion to review.
And I'll second that. Basically, in the past, what Dayton has done to give out a permit to install septic systems is they're requiring licensing, current licensing from at least 2 other towns before they issue a permit. But over the years, more and more towns have gone a different way. What they've done is have a testing pertaining mostly to installing the plans in Title V regulations. So I feel this is the way that Dayton should go. I know in Taunton, they also include, oh God, I can't think of it, another system also, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do this one right here, and it's, right now we have 18 questions. They will be interchangeable. We don't want to give the same test to everybody that comes in to apply for a new. This will only be for new. The licenses that are out there, they're fine. It'll only be for new licenses for inspection. But we will be changing the questions because they actually are kind of, some of them deal with Title V regulations, like what is the length of the septic tank outlet T below flow line? That's by regulation. But then when you do, what is the distance between the water table and the end of the pipe in the leaching trench? Water table is different with almost every single leaching field. So that will be an entirely different number. So that's why we're going to change them every time. Any discussion on that? I know it's Greek. I know it was Greek to me for a long time too, believe me. Thank goodness I worked with great engineers, and they were only a phone call away. So many times I'd say, listen, it's this and this and the difference in the benchmark and this. So what do I have to set it at? Oh, gosh.
So this document is for permit
It's, yes, you have to
apply.
apply, yes. And I believe 80% we're going with, 80% questions, right?
80%, okay.
Right, so we could, they'll pass at that amount.
Okay,
And as I said, it will only be for new inspectors. Permits, not the ones that are, they have them now and they just renew them every year.
Okay, can you clarify if the new inspector is someone who's never worked in town? So anybody.
I'm sorry, yes, someone that has never had a, had been issued a license.
Has had a license and worked in Dayton does not have to take the test.
Pardon?
So somebody who has worked in Dayton does not have to take the test? Or is it every year they have to?
No, not every year. As long as they have a installer's license right now this year, when it comes up for renewal, they just have to renew it. But if somebody comes in and says, I've got a plan, I've been hired to do this leaching field, and then you say, okay, where's your permit? Where's your license? That's when they have to take this test. Basically, it's to prove you know what you're doing.
even though they're licensed.
In other towns, yes.
Oh, okay,
In other towns, they can be licensed. Dayton has a couple of different things that we may change pertaining to Dayton. Even though they go by Title V regulations, we can change a little thing here or there that we would like. And if they're familiar with other towns, they wouldn't know these rules and regulations unless they read them. You know, they just come in and say, well, I didn't know I had to do that. And you rather inform them now than go out to inspect the field and all of a sudden they said, I didn't know I had to do that. Well, you didn't read the regs. You should have read the regs.
Mhm.
Then you would have known. It's just making it easy on everyone so that we're all on the same page.
Mhm.
Could I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I second that. Could I have a vote, please?
Aye.
Motion, aye, Matt, motion passes. New business. Review, discuss, act on reimplementation of bond animal permits. Basically, we're renewing the bond inspection and the permits because we've had problems, quite a few actually. Most of them about chickens going on neighbors' property. But then we find out the chickens, if they're not cared for the right way, they bring in rodents.
Mhm.
And the rodents then go on neighbors' property. We're having a large incident of this in North Dayton. And it's, I'm out there every weekend and 2 or 3 times a week, talking to people, finding out where they're predominantly coming from, and because they had dropped previously the bond inspections, we basically can't say, well, do you have your bond inspection? And we just want to go out there in the bond inspection and see if there is a little problem, or if there's something we can help them with, if they're just leaving the bags of grain for the chickens in the bags, not putting them in a metal container with a cover. Has to have a cover. This is the same as any garbage you may put out in a garbage pail. Has to have a cover.
Is the health inspector involved?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why I'm always out there. Always out there. I've met a lot of people lately, a lot, and they're great. They are phenomenal. They are really, really great. And at least once a week, we get a complaint about, oh, I saw a rat in my backyard. Where's it coming from? Or I've noticed a hole under my shed or under my garage. And I go out there and look at them and say, yep. Had one very nice lady. She had a number of huge bird feeders, and was complaining about all the local animals, raccoons and squirrels and possums were all coming out, and skunks coming out, and they were hitting her backyard, and she couldn't figure out why. I said, well, it's all your beautiful bird feeders. And you don't understand, but she's, well, look at the raccoons up on the roof of my house. I'm like, well, okay, so the birds go, fill their mouths up, fly away, and some drops off, and if your house is under them, the seeds go up there.
Mhm.
And the raccoons can smell, and they don't want to be around people, so they'd rather be high than low. So they're up there. She says, oh, I didn't think of that. You know, it's beautiful to see birds, and it's nice to feed them. I would mainly do it in the winter. That's when they really need our help. But to do it year round, you're only causing problems coming over to your backyard. And you don't realize it.
Mhm.
You don't realize it. And this was in North Dayton, that they had a couple of nice raccoons climbing on their roof. Very nice neighborhood too, and that's what we're here for. If you have problems, you don't know what to do, you'd like some advice, call us. We're not here to upset anybody or give you fines. We're here to advise, that's all. Just to advise the best we can. So I would like a motion on the re-implementing of the bond animal permits.
Motion to approve.
I second that. Could I have a vote on this, please?
Aye.
Aye, and motion passes to re-implement bond animal permits.
What would be the cost?
What was the cost the last time we were doing it? Wasn't very high.
$25 or something.
Was it 25?
Which could always be,
It's basically just to cover having someone going out and checking. That's basically what it is.
yeah, but at that rate, it won't even cover a health inspector to go out there.
Well, if they do a few of them at the same time, we can squeeze it in. It doesn't take very long to walk around. It really doesn't.
Yeah, $25 I don't think would raise a ruckus. 50
No.
might.
And especially wouldn't raise a ruckus if your neighbor has the bond
That's right.
that the rat's hiding under.
That's
It
right.
would definitely not cause problem. Because it just to make a good neighborhood, you know, neighbors, because now they're arguing.
Right.
And this is a big thing that people have been telling me. That one's causing it, or this one's causing it, or the one up the road's causing it, and it's just not a great,
And as long as they're told, it's like, this is not to make money. It's
no, oh
nothing-
no, this is
we're
not to
making
make money.
at
No,
$25
no,
a permit.
no,
It's-
not at all,
It's more
not
of
at
a,
all. I-
protection.
And I mean, you know, there have been potbelly pigs, there have been goats. At one time, there was a bull in North Dayton. So it's not like we want to deprive anybody. We just want to make sure that for the whole of the neighborhood, the people are aware of the right ways to take care of them. Even taking care of them, I mean, they mostly do, but to take care of the food and what the food can do, especially with the rodents,
Mhm.
it's,
Is there some document that can be handed out to them so that they be made aware? This is what.
this is what we're
you
working
should-
on
should
right
and should
now.
not put out.
Yeah, no, we're working on that right now. Actually, I just did pull something off. And,
I'm gonna have to mail out something to the current, they took away the bond permit just last year. So I do have a list of the previous barn owners, so I will have to mail out notices to them to tell them that we're reinstating the barn
Mhm.
permit. So starting in 2025, they're gonna have to come in and get a permit. So it'll just be mailing fees at first.
and the Ag Commission will be forming a new Ag Commission. We expect them to come up with rules, regulations for chickens, for goats, and for a lot of other animals, which we need. We have no boundaries on some of these things, and it's kind of hard to go out and enforce people. And a lot of our residents think that those really cute little signs when you come into Dayton and it says right to farm, that means they can have their chickens and they can run free and they can do everything they want. That's incorrect. If you look at the bylaw and read it, it says commercial farmers have the right to farm. So in other words, if you are claiming your chickens and your ducks and everything else on your tax return, you are commercial. Other than that, it's, you have pets.
Mhm.
And we believe, have those pets, they're fine, it's great to have fresh eggs. And I don't know, I talk to my little chickens, so. But we don't want to deprive anybody, but just remember, you live in a neighborhood, you have neighbors. Everybody has to live together, we don't have a choice.
I think that the letter's great, Liz, admit, but also with an explanation as to why.
Exactly,
Because that other, because you, again, you don't want to upset anybody. It's like,
no,
explain, these are the reasons why.
yeah,
It's not a money-making thing. It just covers doesn't even cover the cost really.
no,
of-
basically, yeah, it
of-
I
doesn't.
think I can type up the letter and bring it to the next meeting and you guys can vote on that.
Yes, that would be great. And then we could add it or add to it or
Yeah.
take away from it.
I think it's one of those things, like, as long as you explain, these are the reasons why.
Mhm.
There are some people that are still gonna get upset about it, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's $5, they'll, but if you explain, these are the reasons why, this is the implementation. It's not a fine, it's not trying to make money, it's just covering the costs, then because of XYZ reasons. And if you lay that out,
Exactly.
if you lay that out for them, hopefully you get, you get a minimal, return of people that would be like, oh, I'm not gonna pay that type of thing. So.
And I came across more than a couple of residents of North Dayton pointed towards Boston Sash, which is a company out that way. And I went through that with a fine tooth comb. There's no rodents in Boston Sash. But to appease me, they went out and spent money for the little feeders, little black ones that nothing get into except the rodents, and mowed down, trimmed down the high grass around their building. And there's nothing there, but the neighbors were all, oh, it's Boston Sash, it's the factory, and it wasn't. So, but they did say, yeah, we'll do anything you want us to do.
Mhm.
We're going for it, and it's good. And I've been working with a couple houses up there and we've noticed a change, a big change in the decrease, but it only takes one rodent. And I think it's every 20 days they can have babies. I'm not positive, to be honest with you, but I know it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
And it just, if you see one, there's going to be 100. Let's
Right.
put it that way.
Mhm.
And I just I would like anybody that does have a problem with rodents or sees them, call the Board of Health. And Elizabeth would be glad to write down your information.
Mhm.
And then we'll run out and have a little meeting with you and see what we can do to help. Okey dokey, what's the next one here? Okay. 4D. Review, discuss, act, temporary food permit prorated fees. Well, we've come across a little, I wouldn't say problem, but a little discussion where there are some food vendors that come, they have their trucks or the trailers or whatever, and they're doing the fall events out here. And instead of them paying the full price, 125, is it?
For a mobile food truck, yeah.
125. We're thinking of dropping it down to 75, because at this time of year, mostly it'll be a one event thing. Where if they got it towards the spring, they would have all season to use that permit.
Mhm.
So that's why, when I had my food trailer, there were quite a few towns that I went to that did this, and I appreciated it. Because at this point, you really don't have 5 or 6 different events to go to and make your money back. So we had thought that we would drop it down to September 1st. After September 1st, if you haven't had a permit in Dayton this year, then it would be $75 for the remaining of the year
That's more than fair.
until January 1st.
More than fair.
I have a motion on that,
Motion to approve.
and I second that. Could I have a vote on it, please?
Aye.
I also, and motion passes. Temporary food permit prorated fee will be $75 as of September 1st of each year until January 1st.
Actually, Barbara, temporary food permit, that shouldn't be temporary food permit, that should be the food permit.
Should I say temporary? Oh, I'm sorry, it was right here.
Temporary, yeah, I'm thinking about a temporary food permit.
No, it's the food
Yeah.
permit. I'm
It's the
sorry.
food permit,
That's a good catch.
yeah, wait a minute.
why she's here, you know.
No, but
me all the time. I don't have a
you know why it was? Because the last meeting, we voted to remove the 6-month extension. So a temporary food permit was $75, but it was good for 6 months.
Mhm.
And then we got an application and she's like, well, I can't use it for the next 6 months, so can you just prorate it?
Exactly.
But we got rid of the 6 months. So now this will only apply to
New.
new, like, food vendors, food trucks, food permits, like, kitchens and stuff like that, residential kitchens, like, somebody who's starting halfway through the year.
Well,
Mhm.
3/4, but yeah, close to, I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it gives them a break, gives them incentive, and we're sorry to keep changing things, but we're trying to better everything and going by trial and error, and these things are coming in, and we're thinking about them really a lot. There's a lot of going on behind the scenes
No, that's
here.
good.
Okay. 4E, that's been crossed off, that's a. And 4F, review, discuss, act, PHE grant meeting notice.
That's the email from Nicole. She said to add it to our October meeting, but
I
October,
saw her email. What did she said? Deadline of October 31st has been set.
right,
I wanted to get it in now, because if we wait till our October meeting, we meet the third week in October.
I thought that was kind of
So I
close.
said, I don't want to cut it that
No.
close, so let's talk about it now.
PHE, what is PHE?
Actually, it's, what did I do with that? Northern Bristol County Public Health Alliance,
Okay.
which is a combination of towns that have grouped together. And mostly it's under public health, which says right in it. We group together and we share quite a few things coming in. I think basically it was a lot to do with COVID when we were switching back and forth and helping one another out.
Mhm.
And they found if we could all get together, we would help one another. I'm going to read about what it says. It's about Northern Bristol County Public Health Alliance is a regional resource created to enhance the public health offerings of its member communities and deliver efficient, effective, and equitable public health services to its 164,000 residents. The member communities are Attleboro, Berkeley, Dayton, Rehoboth, Taunton, and North Attleboro. We have a Zoom meeting every 2 weeks, and we have representatives. The nursing and also another member of the town is able, so it's 2 people per town. And we're right now in process of hiring some individuals that when needed could, I believe one's a nurse, I'm not sure. And whichever town needs them, they can more or less hire them, borrow them. An emergency effect. If our person isn't able to be here, they can come in and help out. And that's the hiring process they're going through now. We've saved quite a bit of money. They've given us was the epinephrine that's coming through too, the epinephrine shots if we need it. And then it was the
They gave us the iPad, they gave us
iPads.
pencil, they gave us,
It's something so we communicate all together and be on the same page. What's the other one they have for overdoses?
the opioids, that's an opioid settlement, I don't know if that's part of this.
I don't know,
Yeah, we're gonna get more.
but they help us out. They have a lot of webinars coming through. And I'll read.
We're just gonna figure out, so who's gonna be signing the agreement, and you should probably get what the agreement is.
Well, that's coming in the next meeting, I believe.
Okay.
So we'll find out more about it. Actually, I was going to call the leader, Megan, and ask her about it. But this letter is from the Northern Bristol County Public Health Alliance. It says, I wanted to make the department aware of the following after today's meeting. A deadline of October 31st has been set for the signing of the agreement between all the communities involved in this grant. There have been some changes with Berkeley taking over the fiscal responsibility for the employees that will be hired. It would be my suggestion that the Board of Health add this as an agenda item for the October meeting, which we're beating them to the punch. It's September and we're doing it now. And I will do the same on my end with the Board of Selectmen. Megan will send us the draft as soon as it's available. The other item was that there is still, an iPad, I'm sorry, that's been taken care of. That's been taken care of. Thank you, Nicole Mello. And I don't know how many are aware, Nicole Mello is one of our selectmen, but she was also a nurse with the Board of Health. So she's still helping us out back here.
I don't think we need to act on anything, I think we just need to wait till we get more information.
Yes, yes.
You said there's a draft coming, right?
Yes, it will be coming. They're working on it. Nicole just wanted to give us a head up.
Okay.
So could you motion that we wait on the draft
Yeah.
and talk about it at our next meeting?
Motion to wait for approval and draft till next meeting.
I second that. Could we have a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. I don't think there's any public input tonight, unless you'd like to add something, Liz. Approval of minutes. Did you read the minutes? Did you have a chance to?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
From the last meeting. I did review that, yes.
Okay, so let's do it the August 20th, 2024 regular meeting.
Let me make sure I have the right one in front of me.
It would be A. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, these are from the last, this is from the last meeting?
Yeah, it should be there
Yes, August
also.
20th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I have a motion on August 20th, regular meeting?
Motion to approve.
I second that. Could I have a vote? Aye, and motion passes. September 5th, 2024, special meeting.
Motion to approve.
I second that. Could we vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Anything else to add? Anything you'd like to say tonight?
No, it was, like I said, I was looking over like the budget numbers, but I
Yeah,
had a corporate hat on, not thinking, politics as Liz
well,
would
it's
say.
not only politics, there are a lot of variables.
Yeah,
It took me a while. It took me a while honestly, to get used to it. And they used to tell me, it's different here, it's different here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to it that plays into the budget. It's not so simple.
The budget is done every fiscal year, so if we run low on some buckets, we go back on some more. If we have some left over in some buckets, that's when they cut us.
Mhm.
So every year,
That's the big book they put out every year. Is that where that comes from?
Part of it, well, that's the yearly meeting, the yearly meeting.
So like where I was going, like with the emails going back and forth, and again, not to beat it to death, but
No,
when I'd see like a budget number for like, it's $153,000 for like transfer station, and it's one line item. To me, that's like, no. What's the break, what's the
Mhm.
hazardous waste? What's the cost to remove this? What's the cost for a person to be there? What's the cost, on and on.
Yeah.
There should be a whole breakdown and then line items until you said, no, that has nothing to do with it. That's okay. But that's where I was going with it, was that I think, when I see a budget, one line item with a large number is immediate red flag to me. It's like,
Mhm.
I want to see the whole breakdown of like, where is all that bucket of money going from? How much do we have access to, right? How much have we used? And where is it coming from? Is it coming from taxes? Is it allocated by the selectmen? Is there a budget committee, et cetera, et cetera? That's where I was going with it, right? That was my whole corporate hat that I had put on, because those are the things I would have to do with my previous job. Those are the numbers I have to present,
Mhm.
So I think I have a better grasp on it now.
they have a finance committee, they have other subcommittees that pertain to Board of Health, like solid waste, stormwater used to be part of the Board of Health. So I would suggest sitting with Serena.
I was just gonna say that.
Serena,
Yes, yes.
Amaral is her last
Our minds
name.
think the same here.
what committee is she on?
She's a town accountant.
Yeah,
Serena.
very knowledgeable.
Amaro?
Yep. She will tell you everything you need to know. And
Yes.
She's a numbers girl, so she'll,
Okay.
Yeah, she's
she's got a photographic memory.
no, and it is very complicated. It really, really is.
Oh, I'm sure. But like I said, that's why I was questioning it, because those are like immediate red flags to me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But, understanding, it's town politics, et cetera, right? So, but still is where the other part that I was going at it was when I had asked about like education. And I took the 2 certificate programs, and the others are a cost.
Yeah.
And then Liz was like, we don't have any money. Okay, well, why don't we have any money? Because, why don't we have the money? Because we're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
take these certification courses so that we can do this job, right? You say, oh no, we don't have the money. Well, I'm a salesman. There's no such thing as no. It's like, okay, well, then where can we get the money from? Could we pull it from somewhere else? Is there an education bucket that we could take some money else? Not a lot of money. Some of the courses may be $400 or $500, but some of them were only like $190, I think, something like that. And they weren't like all day even. that helps the town too with our education. And maybe that leads also to other things that we talked about, like grants and things like that, and other monies that we could get that we could pull into the town.
Right, right.
So, that's where I was heading with it, jumping like 10 steps ahead. That's the engineer in me, sorry. But, rather than start at the beginning. So maybe I'll do that. I'll contact.
Have you looked at the training? I'll have to email it to you. It's widespread. It's about housing. It's about health, and they're free.
Mhm.
You don't pay for them. And they're phenomenal, phenomenal.
great.
I've started doing them and there are like 20 of them.
Yeah, I would like to see that. That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be
That would
great.
give me more education and,
And then I hope you come to the mental symposium
see.
we're having, but it's all day. Like I said, it's 8 hours. It's right up at Francis Farm.
I have to see what day it is and what time.
I would definitely come to Monday solid waste, because I don't fill you in.
Oh, yes.
I'll come to the Monday solid waste. I'll be here.
Oh, definitely,
I'll definitely come
definitely.
to that and see what's going on.
There's a
Um,
lot going on because you saw the numbers,
Yeah, the numbers were big,
real
Yeah.
big, real big. What's the total of everything?
$783,000.
So there you go.
And that, from what I understand or what I've been told, is a pretty good deal.
It is,
When
it
our
is.
contract ends with Borges next year, we might be in some trouble.
And
Mhm.
going back again, not again, when I see the number $783,000 in 5 line items. That doesn't cut any ice with me, I mean, I'm not overseeing it or anything, but I'm like,
Yeah.
that's,
We gotta fix the
it's
bill.
almost $1 million.
Well, some weeks it's heavier than others. That's why we're trying to get the food out of there. That's the cardboard out of there. We're trying to get all that. We want to
Our
have,
contract with Borges pretty much stays the same.
yeah,
The only thing that fluctuates with him is gas prices.
Mhm.
The contract we have with Covanta, which is where we dispose of it, fluctuates because it depends on weight. So sometimes it'll be an 11,000 bill, sometimes it'll be $13,000.
Yeah.
Does it go to bid every year, or is it locked in with Borges for like a period of time?
Period of time, 3 years.
3 years. That's fair.
but they've been upcharging them at the other end too. That price has gone up. Was it 2,000 last month?
In total, it went up 6,000, and we didn't get an increment of 6,000 in our budget. So come the end of the year, we're gonna be short $6,000 on trash.
That's why we have to watch our budget like so closely. It's crazy.
The cost to get rid of it just keeps going up.
Sure.
That's why we're trying to find ways to keep articles out of disposal. We don't want it to go there. That's why we're talking about the swap shed now. People throw things away. They just throw it in their garbage. They throw it in the dumpster, and we have to pay to get rid of it. So we're thinking, okay, well, maybe somebody else could use that if it's good. So we're in process of using some of our grant money that we have coming in for a swap shed.
Mhm.
And that should run pretty good, I hope. We can,
Or, you donate to like a Goodwill or something like that, maybe.
yeah, we've got different things there now.
They'd even come and pick it up.
Mhm. But-
So if you had, I'm sorry. not to
No.
interrupt, but, if you had a swap shed and then you didn't get rid of it, you call Goodwill, they come through, they pick it up and take
Exactly,
it away,
exactly.
right?
And that's what we've got to work on. We've been trying for a few years to get the swap shed, but now we've got enough points built up. Like I was telling you about the point system that the
Yeah.
state gives us, that they will give us a certain amount of money, and we can use it towards that. Or we could use it for a compressor to compress cardboard, which doesn't sound like a lot. But if you look up and down the streets on collection day before Christmas, there's a lot of cardboard out
Sure.
there.
Sure.
Every week I go by and I'm mystified. I'm like, look at all the cardboard. They won't buy it. They won't buy it unless it's compressed. They
Mhm.
just throw it in the dumpster and we pay for it to get rid of it.
Mhm.
So if we can get the compression machine, compress it, and then we'll have a way to sell it and not make a lot. It's not a lot, but from what I've been told, it will pay for the compression machine. in 2 years.
That was gonna be my question. What's the ROI? What's the return on investment if you
Yeah,
if you purchase that machine and then in 2 years you get your money back, that's good.
it's very good return, because I know when I was in business, it was 7 years to draw it out. So that was the name of the game,
Yeah,
buying equipment, you know?
that's good. So the 4 o'clock meeting is here
Mhm.
with the building, it's building, right? It's a building or?
No, solid waste,
Solid.
solid waste.
Okay.
Good group of people, very good group of
And then
people.
Monday is the mental health. Was it a seminar?
It's October 1st.
October 1st.
Yes,
Okay.
October 1st, 8 in the morning, long day, 8 to 4. We're going to need mental health after that.
Very good.
But no, I've been going through and I found some really, really good online classes that we can take and upgrade.
Yeah, send those, if you could send those to me too.
I will, definitely,
I'll
definitely.
look those over.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's something that we need to do. We never.
So I didn't mean to
get
be
on.
a pain with
You weren't.
the
I love
budget
to see that you,
pieces.
I'd love to
Liz?
see.
Going, I do.
I know, yeah, yeah.
The first set of eyes on it is always a good thing.
Yeah,
Maybe
Trying to do your job.
something that we don't see. You're new and hopefully,
yeah, I just was, I want to know, what if someone in the town says, what's your budget? I don't know. But
Yeah,
can't
no,
answer-
no,
can't
it's
answer
true.
that.
It's true.
Right.
And then you'll be a part of doing our budget.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Actually, I never have. It just happened last time I was here. The agent and the secretary, office manager, they basically did it and they explained it to me. And that was that. I had no clue, no clue. I didn't have a budget running businesses. It was not those type of businesses. Farming, you never know what you're gonna make, and snow and ice, you never know when it's gonna snow. So it's kind of hard to get a budget.
Mhm.
It was just like, don't spend your money foolishly. You've got a lot of bills coming in that you don't know about yet. Okay, so I guess let me see. That is it. Can I have a motion to adjourn this evening?
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, wait a minute. Oops, wait a minute.
Wait a
I
minute.
just thought,
Oops.
excuse me, strike that.
Strike that.
Let's get a date for our next meeting, Liz.
it would be the third Tuesday. Over.
I can't operate without her. What was it?
15th.
15th? Okay. Can I have a motion to save October 15th for our next meeting?
Motion for October 15th for next meeting.
I second it. Can I have a vote?
Aye.
Motion passes October 15th. We come back here again, God willing us. Okay, now can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I second that. May I have a vote?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everybody. Oh, motion passes. Good night, everyone. See you on October 15th.
Very good. Hey, thank you.